Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. What's this? What's this? Here we are. Okay, good. Took a long time to get started there. I clicked the button at exactly 8 o'clock. Madness. Camilo Madness is here. Hey, the block looks good. I just saw the pictures a few seconds ago, about 2 minutes ago. You've done your test painting. Looks good, Camilo-san. A ton of work there. A ton of work. Okay, as you can see, different setup this morning. We're up on the 3rd floor. I've been here before. We've done streams here before. You can see what we're going to do. I'll turn the camera in a minute. I've put the camera at the moment so that it's facing right down the length of the building. Maybe I should stand here for a minute. I'm in what is the back room of the third floor. In the middle room is the place that's currently doing duty as an office, and way up at the back there at the front, that's the printer's room. So the street is out there. That's a door into the street. This is the 3rd floor. And this back room is the place we've been doing the blocks. We're making our wood blocks here. We've got all our pieces of wood and stuff. The press is here, making wood blocks. And today, I'm up here to do some sizing. I'll do that over there in a minute, but what I got to do first is get some paper. We've got our paper stock. Some of our paper stock is here. When we get the big packages from Iwano-san, we throw them in the closet over there, bring them out one at a time. And what I'm going to do today is we're going to do some sizing on some takenaga paper. The microphone's over there, so maybe you can hear me or not, I don't know. And I need today 13 sheets of takenaga. Takenaga paper, 13 sheets. It's about 2,700 yen per sheet, which is what? 2,700 yen, nearly, not so far off, 30 bucks, I guess, per sheet. And today will be 13 sheets of it. Let's turn the camera now. You've seen that part of it, so let's put the camera back. And here's the sizing set up. We've got the, I don't know what it's called in English, it's a thing with a water at the bottom, electricity. In places they keep soup when you're having smorgasbord in a hotel, restaurant or something. They keep the soup and stuff inside here to keep warm. And for me, we've got the sizing in it. I made some extract last night, some Nikara. It's been warming at the moment, and I'm now going to get it ready in here. Keep that warm. It's cooking up. I've got it set at 60 degrees. And while that's getting soft and ready, I'll cut the paper. And these 13 sheets of paper, what they will be making is, they're going to be making 52 Ukiyo-e Heroes prints, 52 pairs of our Yokai series prints. We'll be able to get some stuff extra from the corners. There'll be 52 owl prints will be coming out of this one, and some extra little offcuts at the end. We try and maximize the paper, you know. We get these big sheets. I don't know if you can see it. I've got my cutting plan, how to use the paper. You know, I can't size the whole thing all in one huge batch. I don't have brushes that large. The maximum brush we've got, and it's a brush that we've made by putting together two smaller brushes, it'll do half of this sheet. So if I cut this sheet in half, it'll do it. And what we're going to do is this. I've got the full sheets as you see here, and I'm going to cut it in half, and out of each one I'll get 2 Ukiyo-e Heroes prints, 2 pairs of yokai prints, 2 owl prints, and 1 little piece left over at the bottom. We'll do that all double. So we're going to use pretty much almost every square centimeter of this sheet. This is one reason why we buy the paper in such large sheets. If we bought it all in just a standard size for making great wave prints, when we made smaller prints, we'd have a whole lot of waste cutting off and cutting off and cutting off. Okay, let's chop this in half. You can see the computer inside, the stream of the stream of the stream. Where's my finger going down? So 13 sheets cut in half, 26. So I've got 26 sheets here to do now. 26 of the smaller sheets. And what I'll do, I've got baseboards cut for all of our standard sizes of paper. This is a plywood sheet with plastic, so it's the base for what we're doing here. And for doing these, I'm going to do them face up first. I'm going to coat first the top surface of the paper. Then when that's all done, we'll flip the stack and we'll do the bottom surface of the paper. And what is the liquid? What are we using here? It's a glue mix. It's for each liter of water, I've got 44 grams of, I can show you, I guess. Here. This is the stuff. It's Nikawa glue. Nikawa. Nikawa, what is it? It's made from ground up bones and cow hides and stuff like that. It's a natural product. I think they call it like hide glue in the West. It's not a glue that's very strong. And we get it in this crunched up, what's it called? Granular form. For many, many years it was only available to us in this form, what they call sanzenbon. They're about 10-gram sticks of 10 grams of it. It's the same basic stuff, but it was much thicker and much more glutinous. We would soak it for a couple of days first and boil it up to the right temperature, to the right consistency we want. These are almost no longer available. It's very, very difficult to get. And they're also difficult to use. And we now use the granular stuff. It's from an art supply shop. Most of the customers who buy this are people doing nihonga, Japanese painting. They have to coat their canvases and stuff first. Then in there's also alum. We call it Japanese myoban. I don't know if it's going to show on the camera. It's white. They're white like pearly little crystals. And for each liter of water, at this season I'm using 6.2 grams of myoban. But those mixes change in summer and winter. This is winter. This is the coldest time. You can see even in our place here, there's no heat. So winter mix is about 40-45 grams of Nikawa per liter, and a summer mix that increases to 50 and sometimes even to 60 grams. Because the paper is much weaker in summer, it needs more glue to hold it together. Okay, I'm going to start this, and I have to concentrate on what I'm doing, I have to get this, so I can't easily chat and talk exactly. So I'll do a bit and look at the stream and do a bit and look at the stream. But I can't keep 100% focus on what's typed here, so. All right, let's give this a go. Actually, it's not that cold here this morning. Let's get it up a bit. It's 15 degrees and 40 degrees humidity here. Today it says. One stroke, start to finish. We try and move a bit quickly at the beginning and slow down, slow down, slow down. The idea being that the coverage would be even. Somebody's saying smell. Well, there's no stink here. It's a bit warm. It smells whatever, like some kind of soup actually. It's a warm, slightly gluey smell. Nothing terrible. If somebody was working in the same room here, they'd have no bother with it. There's no stink. It's just glue. Bit too much on the touchdown. 60 degrees, yeah. The thing is set for 60 degrees. Someone's asking, do we make our own paper? No, no, no. That's totally, absolutely a fully specialized job. People devote their lives learning how to make their paper. It's not something we can do as a side venture here. We're sometimes frustrated by the paper and we'd like to sort of have total control over it, but it's too big. It's just too big. Not so bad. What are you asking? What are we doing here? Big paper block for new printing. No, this is what we're doing, sizing. We're adding glue to the paper, a normal, natural part of the printing process. We get the paper from the maker. It's too soft for woodblock printmaking. People use it for calligraphy and stuff, but for woodblock printmaking, all the paper must be sized first. This is not something we've invented. This is just a normal part of the process. Someone's asking, are we sizing the Corso paper in a different way? Well, I need to start experimenting more with that, obviously. If you're watching yesterday's stream, you'll know that the Corso paper isn't working well. The thick Corso paper, I should have qualified that too. We got two kinds from him. The thin one actually is printing very nicely, very easily. Someone's asking about 3D printing. I'm quite surprised that we haven't seen more of it yet, you know. Any modern artist, of course, should be interested in this stuff, you know. Instead of spending 6 years carving tiny blocks, why not 3D print them, you know? I'm sure it's useful. For us, we're not really interested in doing that because my skill is in my hands, you know. But there's going to be a bunch of interesting prints made with 3D printing, I think. Absolutely. I think 3D printing of blocks for printmaking would be more useful for people working in a Western tradition. At the moment, the 3D stuff is working in like plastic or sintered metal and stuff like that. And we need the blocks to be absorbent for our water to go inside. But somebody working in a Western woodblock tradition or Western printmaking tradition, they're rolling on oil-based ink. So if you had a 3D printed block that was in metal or plastic, they could use it. But for us, I'm not so interested, but it's there. How many layers of paper do you use? I'm not quite sure what to say. Paper is paper. The paper is getting layered here. I'm just treating the paper one sheet at a time, one sheet at a time. Later on, this paper will be cut up and we will make prints from it. This is a treatment. I'm not making prints here. This is treating the paper stack. Good. I'm getting good at this, you know, bit by bit. This is a problem for us. This is not Corso paper. This is Iwano paper. It's just another batch of paper for our printmaking work. We have a calendar in our web management system. There's a calendar set up. And each of the printers, when they're getting near to the end of a certain job, when they can see where they're going to be finished, if it's Monday and they can see they'll probably be finished on Thursday, they go to our online calendar and on Thursday or Friday they put up a message, I need more paper, you know, assign me a new job. And this paper, somebody just come in late, the single sheets of paper, large, I've cut them in half. And each half of this sheet, the ones you see here now, it'll make 2 ukiyo-e heroes prints, it'll make 2 yokai pairs, they'll make 2 owls and 1 little piece left over. So I've been watching the printer's calendar. Sugu-san is going to be working ukiyo-e heroes, Ishikawa-san is going to be working on the yokai prints, somebody will be working on the owls. And then a few more days from now, some of the other printers will pop something up onto the calendar saying, I need paper, I need paper. And I'm the paper guy here, I'm the sizer guy. Someone's asking about what? I'd like to moisten. I've got dry sized washi. I'd like to moisten and run through the etching press. Do I get the paper just moistened to where it feels like, yeah, what can I say? It's hard to describe in words. If I'm going to, I can turn it down here. Can I do this without cutting off the stream? Our little etching press that we use for flattening the paper is here. It's our little big etching press. And we use it in 2 ways. We use it with the dry sized paper. We use it with the dry sized paper, and we also sometimes use it with a moistened paper. So we moisten the paper just ready for printing. I can't tell you what it is in words. It's moistened, soft, ready for printing. Get the pack ready. Then get the press ready, then run them through one at a time. Bang, 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 or two at a time if they're smaller sheets. If it's moistened paper, you have to take it easy, not too much pressure. If it's dry paper, you can use more pressure. I touched down too heavily there. That's what I get when I break the rhythm, you know. Has anybody been counting? How many have I got left? You can see the chat on my screen, so you can also see me because I still don't have a chat robot here. I have to copy it on it. So. Yeah, laying out the sheets. I know, very, very, very important. I know, very, very, very important. Somebody's asking here about the grain direction. I showed you the sketch now 2 or 3 times. The large Takanaga sheet that you saw me hold up at the beginning, it's a sheet in this format. The grain on those handmade sheets runs like this, because when the guy was rocking it, you know, think of a large sheet, he rocks it, rocks it, rocks it, and the grain direction is large, is vertical like that. I've now cut those in half, so what you're seeing on my desk now, in this format, the grain is now running along the long dimension of the sheet, because this is half cut from the larger piece. And when I'm laying out the prints that are going to go on there, Ukiyo-e Heroes 2, the grain will run on the long direction and they will be printing that. The Yokai series pair, the grain will run in the long direction. The owls, everything. We always have to plan this so that the grain direction runs in the long direction. And the tiny little piece that's left over, this little piece, 6 centimeters by about 200 centimeters, this is not going to be so useful for printmaking because the grain will run in the short direction. It's just an offcut. We might use it for color testing or something. Again, break the whole rhythm of the work. This is not such a good thing, you know. Concentrate, Dave. Sa, sa. Much good, good, good. This is a big question. Am I teaching the other people how to do this? Yes and no. Of course, we need this know-how to be spread around the company. If it's just me that does this, then when I'm gone, the company's in big trouble, of course. This is why, over the past couple of years, me and my friend Aoyama-san here, where you've heard me talk about him as Lee-san, he changed his name. We've been trying to develop a sizing system that doesn't depend on such delicate handwork. You know, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I move fast, then I move slow. I press lightly, I press heavily. The angle of the brush changes as I move along and stands up so the liquid can come out more. It's really, really a delicate feel for this. You have to practice, 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 practice. At the moment, nobody else here can do this. So Aoyama-san and I have been developing a system. You've seen it in other streams. We've got this thing, we put a set of rollers inside here, so that you can just put the paper in and peel it out through the rollers. You've seen that before. It's in development. It's not ready for prime time yet. But the idea is to build a system so that other staff, without the delicate finesse of 10, 15, 20 years experience, that other staff can do this. But we're not there yet. Nice, side to side, nice. Your timing, the chat thing, there's two ways to think about it. So if I go up to the other window, that's the broadcast window. What's the delay on that one? That's not the broadcast window. That's what am I confused about here? This monitor, that's my broadcast window. You can see in the screen on my computer, it matches almost what I'm seeing in my hand. This is the receiving window. I'm going to play around somewhere. I got to concentrate on what I'm doing. Oh, last one. Look at that already. How time flies when you're having fun. Must be number 26 with 13 original sheets cut in half. Now, but the timing on the stream, if I read the seconds, it's 40, 41, 42, 43, 4, 5, 6, 47, 48, 49, 50. Those are counting the seconds, and this clock obviously is timed. It's perfectly accurate. So. Okay, now what we're going to do next is, now we finished doing the top surface of the paper here, so I have to flip it over and do the back side, and it's difficult to flip over a bunch of wet paper, obviously. So, another sheet with plastic. Over they go. Okay, this is the same sheet, the same stack now upside down. We're looking at the back side, and we're looking now again at sheet number 1. So we're going to go through in the same order, and you see the little green tag? That was the side. I went this way. Now I'm going to go this way because I didn't flip the stack this way. I flipped the stack this way. So as I do the back now, what was the tail is going to become the head. The idea, we try and maximize the balance of the moisture. Now, because of the computer here today, I don't have room. I normally put these side by side. I don't have room for that today. I don't think there's going to be room for these side by side. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, backside. We could drink this stuff. It's just a little bit of glue. It's like it's ground up like cow bones and stuff. It's no big deal. I'm sure you could eat this. Okay, backside. Now, backside's the same procedure, but I'm going to dip this more gently. If I put the sheets are not quite saturated, so I have to knock off more of the liquid from the brush here. There's less liquid in the brush now. That's more difficult. This is much more difficult. Because too much and it starts to pool and get saturated. So this is much more difficult on the front side. This paper now, this is wet. It's much more difficult to carry around. What does it smell like, taste like? Whatever, I don't know what it tastes like, but it smells just like mild glue. It's no big deal. It's not stinky. The auto sizing machine we're still experimenting with. I know. Aoyama-san and I, the last few months, we've been running into trouble. We've had trouble keeping things consistent with that other sizing machine. So for the time being, at least last month and this month, I've been doing all the sizing by hand to try and get things stable. Our printers were complaining. Aoyama-san and I were experimenting too much with the sizing machine, and the printers were paying the cost because the sizing was sometimes not so good. So it's difficult. We want to experiment, but we have to, this is live. It's like people building a new subway station while people are still using the station. We have to experiment with the sizing, but we can't screw things up. And we pushed them a little bit too far, and some of the paper was really not good enough. We had actually a total disaster. I know one of the two of us, myself or Aoyama-san, I won't say the name, did a batch of sizing with the new machine, sent the paper to Kubota-san for printing the Dragon Ball print for the Kickstarter campaign backers. He printed all 100, and it was a disaster. He should have just stopped at the beginning. The sizing was no good, but he went right through to the end. So I've got almost 100 of those Dragon Ball prints. that are going to go in the trash can. I had to pay him for them because the problem was at our end, not at his end. So we put the machine away for a while, and for the near future, right now this month, we're going to size by hand to get the printers back on board. You know, we have no R&D lab here that we can put in the back room and just play with stuff with no consequences. We're running live. Anything we try and do to change our work is live. We're making prints, especially subscription prints. People are waiting for the stuff. It really handicaps what you can do for experimentation. People are asking about our sizing machine. It's not an electric machine where you power it up and it just does stuff for you. I know a friend of mine was here this last summer. He was here while we were working with the sizing machine. He took a bunch of photographs and he put them up on his website. And we've had this referenced in our stream here before. If somebody can look for that. I know my friend's name is Jacques Commandeur. Jacques Commandeur, Commandeur. He has a website about woodblock prints. If you search for Jacques Commandeur woodblock prints, and then within his website, you'll see a page. He put up a page showing us sizing with our machine. So you can link to it. I don't have it handy, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Jacques' website, and somewhere in there he's got a page that shows what he did when he visited Dave here and took some pictures of the sizing. Somebody found it. Good. Okay, there's our machine, quote, sizing machine. In action sometime last, I think he was here in June, I think, I'm not quite sure, May or June. 36 views of sizing. Yeah, it's a roller system. The paper goes into the bath, comes up through rollers, which squeeze off the excess, and we're left with a nice smooth surface on both sides. And it's been working pretty well. Pretty well. The variables are difficult. How much squeeze on the rollers, and as the rollers start to age a little bit, they leave marks on the paper. That's what our problem has been. The rollers themselves, we were experimenting with lots of different types of these are spongy type stuff. And because it's hot glue and you wash it in hot glue and you wash it, they change, so they don't stay stable. So this was our biggest problem with this thing. You build it and you work it. Wow, it's great, it works so cool, but it doesn't stay the same as the days go by and as the weeks go by. We can't like put a brand new roller in every time we use it. So that's been one of the problems with the sizing machine. Stability. Did I do that one? No. No. Oh, questions. Printmaker, the first one, 1979. First experiments, 1979. Back when I was a little kid. Have you done any production style printing before? I'm not sure what you mean, production style printing. We're a factory here. We make prints. This is production every day. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I'm sorry. Mokuhankan is a printing factory. We make hundreds and hundreds of prints every month. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every month. What's the temperature? It's 60, I think. Yeah, 60 degrees. By the time it gets here, it must be a little bit less, but I think it's 60. That's the idea. That's the goal. Coming out well today, you know. There's one or two sheets here I got a bit sidetracked, but most of it's good. Missing a bit of the chat here. I'm sorry, a bit too much to watch here. Somebody's asking about that error. I talked about the Dragon's gift print. We screwed up. What happened was, it wasn't so much the rollers, that wasn't the problem on that one. It was that either there was too much Nikawa glue in it, one of us made a calculation mistake, or we made a design mistake putting too many grams per liter, or we had the tension on the rollers set a little bit light and there was too much water left on the paper as we pulled it up. The end result was the sizing was way too strong. The paper was just putty. The pigment wouldn't go into the paper. And it left a mottled surface on the front. None of the colors were smooth colors. There was a mottled pattern on all of the colors. And it was clearly there was too much glue in the finished product. And we weren't able to really identify what had gone wrong. So that's why we just sort of put the machine away for a while. And for the current couple of weeks, I'm doing it by hand because I know what I'm doing. We can get good results. And our printers were getting a bit upset with how much experimentation we were doing. Aoyama-san and I were experimenting too much and the printers were struggling to get the work done. So we've just backed off a little bit. And it's okay. I've been doing the sizing work and Aoyama-san has been downstairs working on the new shop. So it's okay. The sizing machine can just sit and rest for a month or so. And then when the weather warms up in the spring and when we get the new shop up and running, then we can get back up here and do some more experimenting. We've just been trying to muck around with too many things at the same time. It's just sort of the story of our lives here. On top of this, there's the new paper experiments, the Corso paper experiments. How long will the amount of paper you were sizing today last? It's gone. It'll be used this week. This week. This is like half a week's supply. I've got printers to feed here. We've got Suga-san, Ishikawa-san, Kubota-san, Yamamoto-kun, Numabe-san. Now Rei-chan's coming next Wednesday. We've got 7 printers now we're feeding, so I've got to keep them busy. Kanai-san's working at home. So this paper, it's going to get hung up this morning. By tonight, it will be chopped up. Tomorrow, it'll be moistened and started printing tomorrow. It's a huge expense for us, you know. What is it? 13 sheets of paper here. It's what, $25 or so per sheet. And that's today's. In a couple more days, I'll be doing this all over again. There's some stuff auto-modding. I don't even know what's going on. I don't see any bad stuff here. What's the third legendary loot print? Yeah, it's the where's my item print. It's shipping, it didn't ship yesterday, it's shipping today. Not as we speak, because it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. They're coming today, the staff is being at Ome. Cameron did all the billing yesterday for the loot series. The third loot print ships this afternoon from Ome, if those of you are waiting for it. Good morning, sir. Is this Cameron-san coming upstairs?
Good morning.
We're live here in the back room.
You're never live back. Well, no, I think you did it one time, but I wasn't here.
Yeah. Come in, say hello.
Yeah. Morning.
So the camera's over there shooting down the line here. You can see the setup.
yeah.
So. In fact, we shot your bench earlier. Not with any meaning. I know I was doing. I got the paper out of here, so I turned the camera.
Yeah.
I turned the camera this way, so people could see me getting the paper out.
Yeah.
And there's your desk at the back.
Yeah.
Cameron's wonderful high-tech office for now.
For now.
For now.
For which,
It's yokai for Ishikawa-san, which I've got to ask you about that this morning before she gets here. We had a problem last night. Then ukiyo heroes for Suga-san, and more owls.
More owls?
More, don't.
Wow.
And it's going well this morning. It's coming nice.
Yeah.
It's coming nice. There's some chat you can answer here. Have a look. I can't know.
I'm new here. Who's Cameron? We've got a lot of people asking about me. Hi.
Somebody's asking about the stairs or something behind us? Or no?
What was that?
Somebody's asking about the stairs, I think.
Oh, did those stairs go up to the roof? They do. Yes. Up to the top. There's a nice view up there. Have you ever taken the camera up there before? I mean, not live, but...
No, I
on a
don't think
YouTube
so.
video, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, I did. We had the fireworks party last year, so I did. I shot some in one of the YouTubes. There's some scenes from up there, but it was nighttime. We couldn't see anything. So.
Ah, yeah.
We had to shut it down, and we had the camera running to film the fireworks. And across the street in the Conte Hotel, there were people watching the fireworks, and one group decided they weren't going to wear any clothes. Did I have the girls told you about this?
No.
And they could care less. They were in a lit hotel room with the curtains open, watching the fireworks.
Completely nude.
Completely nude. And it's just like we are right exactly across the street from them. And I guess they couldn't see us. We're in the dark and whatever and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness.
And a couple of the girls, like, we're just laughing about it. I was just laughing, but a couple of girls started to get a bit upset about it. Like, they didn't want to watch, but you couldn't stop watching, and they sort of felt grossed out. So.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, where are we here? Okay, what I've done, excuse me a second. This is the back side now I've done. And those of you who have seen, those of you who have seen me do this sizing before know what happens next now is I've got to wait 5 or 10 minutes to let the moisture smooth out here. And then the next step after that is I have to hang this paper up. And that happens in the next room. And my cables and wires are not long enough to be able to move my camera gear over there. So I'm going to shut the stream down here temporarily. It's now exactly 9 o'clock. I'm going to shut it down temporarily, move my cameras and stuff, and while I'm doing that, the paper will sit. So about 10 minutes from now, it's now 8:59, it's now 9 o'clock. At 9:10, I will restart the stream. It'll actually turn itself into a new stream. I can't help that. So I'm shutting down now. I'll be back here in 10 minutes so you can see the final stage of this while I hang up the paper. Pause, that refreshes. Go and get a cup of coffee or whatever. Back in 10. There's no pause streaming, there's only stop streaming. Back in 10 minutes.